Welcome back to On Purpose by Design. These short segments are designed to equip you to lead effectively at work, at home, and in every area of your life, giving you a chance to effectively and powerfully move into the calling and purpose that God has placed deep into your heart. Today, we continue our theme of transforming a culture from the inside out, living in a workspace that literally brings a whole new level of life into the day-to-day. And today, we're exploring why leadership development is the absolutely best investment you can make in your company, period. Because what are the best companies that win the most? The ones where they invest into their people first. And especially in the world of today, where people are much more open to continual education, when they know that they're going to get a better outcome on their role and they're going to see a much higher level of impact with what they're doing, this is really important. I remember the moment that we started to implement this through Masterclass, the app, we started to see conversations start to shift. Now, here's the thing with that. We weren't necessarily telling people what to learn. We were giving them an opportunity to learn. And as they were doing so, there was a deeper level of engagement. Now, that's a high level. I'm going a little bit deeper with this because we're literally helping your team develop a new level of leadership. And in this level of leadership, you're going to create, again, a culture that's going to support you in scaling rapidly and experiencing a deep level of joy and fulfillment throughout the process. It doesn't have to be the rut and the grind that most people make it. Consider that they are going through that because they haven't necessarily developed necessary tools like you are listening to these short segments. So let's begin. First things, you need to create an internal pipeline for leadership. What does that mean? Be much more open to exploring an ascendancy level. Be much more open to seeing how you can bring people within the organization up. Now, there is going to be the time where you can bring somebody externally because they're at such an exponentially more advanced level that, yes, sometimes who, not how is better. However, sometimes who, not how is better even internally. And what that means is you give people an opportunity. You give people an ascension plan. When you can sit down with somebody and you can say, hey, this is where you're starting out today. This is where you can be in 6 months. This is where you can be in a year. This is where you can be in 2 years. Guess what? People with clarity take new levels of action. As an employee, I am going to be much more engaged knowing that if I am here today, however, I have a vision that in the next 3 months, 6 months, year, 2 years, etc., I can be in a completely new place, one that is more aligned with me, or maybe one that gives me a higher level of impact and satisfaction, fulfillment. I'm going to show up differently. Now, again, that is not their role as the employee. That is your role as the leader, to give them an opportunity to understand what is their potential ascension plan look like. When you promote from within, instead of bringing somebody externally, it creates, again, the culture of trust. There's a deeper level of fellowship and a deeper level of bond that has people connect with the mission of the company at deeper levels. Number 2, host leadership workshops. So many companies fail to do this. However, the moment that you can start to implement monthly, quarterly trainings with the team, you'll see that they will stay sharp. They will stay focused. They know that there are leadership skills that they are developing that's going to help them within their role. Here's a cool thing to this as well. They'll recognize that what they're learning at work, they're also taking with them to home. So not only are you helping your team become better employees, helping you build a more thriving culture and a better company, you're also giving them an opportunity to build a better quality of life in general. Why is that important to take note of? Because when the team starts to notice that, their engagement shifts. You now have somebody that is internally that becomes a raving fan. Question for you. If you right now are leading people, managing people, how many of those people are going out there raving about the company culture, about you as their leader, about working with the company in general? Unfortunately, not too many companies do that. It's because of this, because they haven't been given the tools to effectively engage with the work outside of work. They haven't been given the opportunity to develop themselves within work and outside of work. As you host these quarterly, monthly, even weekly training and development sessions, the team will improve. And of course, that will have an impact on the business. It'll help you make more money. It'll help you keep work labor down. It'll help you create a culture that ultimately will be the driving factor of your organization. You take a look at the biggest companies that we know of today. I'm talking about the companies that are household names: Apple, Amazon, Google. Take a look at their culture. Look at what they do with their people. The services they offer are a representation. They are a manifestation of the way in which the team is growing internally. So just consider, what would it look like for you? What would it do for you and your business if you were to take on a similar level of building culture internally? Number 3, simple but so effective. Create a leadership library. Give people the resources. Give people the resources where they can go on their own time to learn, to develop, and grow. So there's different tiers to information. There's different tiers to learning. Sometimes people need to be taught something directly, face to face, in the moment. Sometimes people need to do it themselves. This is obviously the one that sticks the most. But sometimes people also want to learn it on their own time. As you understand the different levels of learning, the different ways in which people learn, you can give them every single avenue available for them to, again, develop. So just create a library, whether it's books, whether it's podcasts, whether it's masterclass is a great resource. You can get creative. The beautiful thing is we live in 2025. We're 21st century. We're in the era of information. Information is not lacking. Discernment and applicability is. This is why, again, it's key that as the team is learning and they're developing and growing, you're giving them an opportunity to put it to use. This is why, if you haven't listened to the conversation on feedback loops and how to effectively manage the team, how to lead the team, really important. So don't just give them the resources, give them the resources, teach them how to use the resources, then help them use the resources. Really important. Something big that we did at the company where we're last at again is we started to create wish lists through Amazon. Changed so much. On a very basic level, we started to understand our team in new ways because this wish list on Amazon helped us to understand what were the things that they actually liked. We thought that they were incentivized by this, but no, they're actually incentivized by that. Interesting. On the second note, we're able to give people gifts. When an employee gets a gift just because, man, things shift. Now, mind you, I'm not saying that you go and give a gift just because. No, this person, maybe they've been showing up consistently. Maybe their attitude has completely shifted over time. Maybe you see them stepping up in leadership and training. Send them a gift. Acknowledge that. Recognize that. Go back in a couple episodes back where we talk about the importance of recognition of both negative and positive action. Really important. You give the people the resources, you show them how to do them, you're going to see the company, the team completely shift. So these 3 simple ways can support you in completely transforming the culture from the inside out, giving you a culture that thrives. As a quick recap, build leadership pipelines from within. How can you give people an ascendancy plan so that they can create a vision for themselves within the organization? Deeper engagement. Number 2, host leadership workshops. Give them the opportunity for them to learn, to develop. It creates an engagement that goes beyond the work because, again, they're seeing the impact outside of work. And number 3, create a leadership library. Create a resource library where people can go to where they can learn on their own time. You put these into use and watch as the company is going to shift in the dynamic of the culture. You're going to see better profitability, better performance, better company dynamics, and the fulfillment that you'll experience can't be priced. Till next time.